After 18 long years, how would Xiao Yan react when he finally saw his father, Xiao Zhan, again? Just how heartbreaking would their reunion be? The once vigorous Xiao Zhan had grown old and white-haired, imprisoned in chains for decades. The piercing agony he endured was perhaps 10,000 times more brutal than the humiliation Xiao Yan had suffered when his engagement was broken off all those years ago. In the original novel of Battle Through the Heavens, powerful figures from every faction gathered in the Burial Sky mountain range. They intended to force Hun Tiandi to return the ancient jade fragments stolen from the three clans and rescue Xiao Zhan, who had been held captive for many years. The ultimate confrontation between the continent's greatest powers was about to begin. A moment later, the sky above the entire mountain range suddenly churned with violent disturbances. Black mist appeared out of nowhere, spreading in layer after layer until it gathered into an enormous spatial passage. A cold and overwhelming aura surged from within the passage, instantly blocking out the sunlight. The temperature plummeted as a chilling, murderous atmosphere enveloped the surrounding wilderness. No one had expected the Hun Clan to mobilize all its elite forces. It was clear that they intended to confront the allied army head-on. The black mist continued to surge as Hun Tiandi's figure suddenly appeared high in the sky. Nihility Devouring Flame, the 4 demon saints of the Hun Clan, and numerous other top experts emerged behind him. Their formation was extraordinarily powerful, showing just how seriously the Hun Clan regarded this confrontation. Hun Tiandi appeared relaxed and indifferent, but beneath that casual manner was the confidence of someone who believed he possessed the power to crush everyone present. His composure stood in stark contrast to the tense atmosphere within the allied forces. The moment Lei Ying saw his old enemy appear, he could no longer suppress the fury in his heart. He was the first to shout angrily at Hun Tiandi, demanding that he return the ancient jade fragments of the 3 clans. Otherwise, Lei Ying vowed to lead the allied army directly into the Hun realm. Hun Tiandi paid no attention to Lei Ying's forceful warning. He did not take the pressure from the allied army seriously at all. Instead, he turned his gaze toward Xiao Yan and spoke in a cold, oppressive voice. "What do you intend to do? Will you exchange the ancient jade for him, or are you planning to take him by force?" The situation was already on the verge of exploding. Everyone believed Xiao Yan would carefully weigh the value of the ancient jade and negotiate cautiously with Hun Tiandi. However, Xiao Yan's decision surprised them all. His gaze was unwavering. Without retreating even half a step, he stared directly at Hun Tiandi and slowly said, "I want to see my father." Hearing this, Hun Tiandi casually waved his hand. The space behind him rippled, and a prison cage formed from black mist appeared in the sky. Inside it sat an aged figure whose entire body was tightly bound by chains that coiled around him like venomous snakes. The instant the cage appeared, Xiao Yan's eyes locked onto the old man within it. His body immediately began trembling beyond his control. Although his vision had blurred, the connection within his bloodline allowed him to recognize the figure at once. It was his father, Xiao Zhan. Decades had passed. The dignified and vigorous head of the Xiao family had become a white-haired old man. His once strong body had grown thin and withered beneath the erosion of time. For all these years, he had lived like a prisoner. Xiao Yan's body continued to tremble as he stared at the heavy chains wrapped around his father. The killing intent in his heart surged like a violent storm. He turned his gaze toward Hun Tiandi and shouted in a hoarse, low voice, "Hun Tiandi, one day I will wipe the Hun Clan from existence." The moment his words fell, a powerful wave of spiritual strength erupted from his body and spread across the sky. A D-state soul. When the Hun Clan's experts sensed that vast and majestic spiritual strength, the contempt on their faces instantly disappeared. Their expressions changed dramatically, and even Hun Tiandi revealed a trace of surprise. He clearly had not expected Xiao Yan's spiritual strength to improve so astonishingly in only half a month. Truly remarkable, Xiao Yan. Killing intent was hidden within Hun Tiandi's voice. Xiao Yan's current strength had already made him feel threatened. Xiao Yan. Inside the prison, the old figure bound tightly by chains trembled slightly after hearing Hun Tiandi speak Xiao Yan's name. He slowly raised his head and fixed his gaze upon the black-robed young man standing in the distance. At that moment, his entire body stiffened. 2 streams of hot tears rolled down from the corners of his eyes. His aged, hoarse voice was filled with sorrow and longing. Yener! The entire world fell into silence. Only the old man's deeply emotional call continued to echo through the sky. When they had separated, Xiao Yan had still been a young boy. Neither of them had imagined that their parting would last for decades. Throughout those long years, the boy had suppressed the hatred in his heart and trained without rest. He had survived countless brushes with death and broken through his limits again and again. Everything he had done was for the sake of rescuing the father who loved him so deeply, allowing Xiao Zhan to spend the rest of his life in peace. As they looked at the seemingly slender young figure in the sky, Gu Yuan and the others also fell silent. They understood much of what Xiao Yan had experienced and knew how much hardship and effort he had endured over the years. After all, the only person Xiao Yan had ever truly been able to rely upon was himself. Inside the cage, the aged figure struggled to raise his hand toward the son who had once made him so proud. That son had truly appeared before him again. Tears continued pouring from Xiao Zhan's eyes. Suddenly, he lunged forward against his restraints and roared, "Yener, run!" During his years of imprisonment, Xiao Zhan had learned just how terrifying the Hun Clan truly was. In the Jiama Empire, a Do Huang or Do Zone could dominate an entire region. Yet to the Hun Clan, such experts were merely ordinary. The terrifying strength of the clan was enough to drive anyone into despair. Xiao Yan stared at his father's figure for a moment before slowly raising his head and taking a deep breath. No matter how much suffering Xiao Zhan had endured, at least he was still alive. What a touching scene. Hun Tiandi smiled faintly as he watched them. Perhaps you should be thanking us. Your father's talent is mediocre. Had he cultivated normally, he would never have reached the Do Huang level in his lifetime. To ensure that he survived until now, the Hun Clan gave him quite a few medicinal pills. Otherwise, he might have died long ago. Gu Yuan and the others frowned when they heard Hun Tiandi's words. However, a smile appeared on Xiao Yan's face. He nodded gently and replied with a smile, "Do not worry. Xiao Yan will never forget this great kindness. Let us make the exchange." As his words fell, Xiao Yan clenched his hand, and an ancient jade fragment appeared within his palm. When Hun Tiandi saw the final fragment of the ancient god Tu Shi's jade in Xiao Yan's hand, a burning light flashed through his eyes. As long as he obtained this final piece, he would be able to locate the ancient god Tu Shi's cave and open it. Should he acquire the embryonic D-tier pill hidden inside, he could rise in a single step and become the supreme ruler of the world. By then, the so-called alliance would be no more than a group of ants in his eyes, something he could destroy effortlessly. Hun Tiandi withdrew his gaze and slowly said, "We exchanged them at the same time. You should understand that killing your father would be effortless for me, so I do not wish to see any tricks." Xiao Yan glanced at Hun Tiandi and opened his palm. Under his control, the ancient jade slowly rose into the air. Seeing this, Hun Tiandi waved his sleeve, and the cage formed from black mist instantly collapsed. "He is yours." As soon as Hun Tiandi spoke, Xiao Zhan's figure shot toward Xiao Yan. At the same time, the ancient jade flew directly toward Hun Tiandi. Xiao Yan flashed forward and grabbed Xiao Zhan with one hand, pulling him safely to his side. At almost the exact moment Xiao Yan rescued his father, Hun Tiandi tightly seized the ancient jade and could no longer restrain himself from throwing his head back and laughing. At last, he had the opportunity to reach the realm he had dreamed of for so long. "Father!" Xiao Yan supported Xiao Zhan, his entire body trembling with emotion. He immediately flashed back into the deepest part of the alliance's formation and carefully helped his father sit down. "Yenna, is it really you?" Everything had happened in an instant, from Xiao Zhan's release to his return to the allied forces. Xiao Zhan raised a trembling hand and slowly reached toward Xiao Yan's face. His movements were hesitant and cautious, as though he feared everything before him was merely an illusion. Even though he had dreamed of this day countless times, he still could not believe it had finally arrived. "Father, you have suffered." When Xiao Yan saw how carefully Xiao Zhan reached for him, even someone as strong-willed as he could no longer hold back his emotions. His eyes reddened, and he dropped heavily to both knees. "It really is you. Yenner, quickly get up. It was your useless father who failed you." Xiao Zhan wiped away his tears and hurriedly helped Xiao Yan to his feet. As he gazed at his son's face, now far more mature than it had been years ago, his heart filled with relief and pride. Looking at Xiao Zhan's disheveled hair and aged appearance, Xiao Yan took a deep breath and softly said, "Father, eldest brother and second brother have been waiting for you. Once everything here is settled, I will take you to see them. For now, allow me to deal with something first." He then turned towards several experts from the Sky Mansion Alliance standing nearby. "Protect my father. Alliance Chief, rest assured. We will protect him with our lives." Xiao Zhan looked around in astonishment at the experts whose auras were immensely powerful. In his eyes, these people would have been considered top-level experts even within the Hun Clan. Yet when they spoke to Xiao Yan, they showed the utmost respect and reverence. Could it be that the youngest son who had once needed his protection had now become so powerful? Xiao Yan smiled at Xiao Zhan. "Father, do not worry. They will keep you safe." He then turned around. In an instant, his pitch-black eyes became filled with intense killing intent. The hatred he held toward the Hun Clan could no longer be suppressed. The moment Xiao Yan turned, Gu Yuan, Lei Ying, and the others also looked toward him. Cold light flickered within their eyes. Xiao Yan nodded gently before raising his head to look at Hun Tiandi, who was still laughing while holding the ancient jade. A chilling smile curved across Xiao Yan's lips. Attack! By the conclusion of the story, Xiao Yan broke through the Dou Sheng realm and became a Dou Di. As his father, Xiao Zhan received the enhancement of the purest Dou Di bloodline. He advanced directly from a Dou Huang to a Dou Sheng, becoming one of the most powerful experts on the entire continent. At this point, some might notice something interesting. Xiao Zhan's journey from a Dai Dou Shi to a Dou Huang, and then from a Dou Huang to a Dou Sheng, was essentially accomplished while doing almost nothing himself. It must be said that Xiao Zhan was probably the person who reached the Dou Sheng realm most effortlessly in the entire Dou Qi continent.